So we are on live now on Facebook, Mr. Kenaf.
Hello,
Okay,
hello.
that's cool.
Hello,
That's cool.
how are you doing?
It seems again like, can you guys see me now, or like it is it still a problem?
No, it's
Okay,
just a black screen.
Yeah,
I'm really not sure about it. I'm really sorry for that, but I tried all
no,
the troubleshooting and also.
it's okay,
So,
Dr.
yeah,
Mohit.
it yeah, it should be fine. So, do we have students joining in?
We are now on live on Facebook, okay, Doctor? So I'm
Okay,
gonna start, okay?
sure.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. I'm Farah Ahmed. I'm a biotechnology master student, as well as I'm a member of organizing and training team at the Genetic and Bioinformatics Association. So we're here today to welcome one of the best teams in the bioinformatics field. It's a STEMskills Lab. Welcome to the Dr. Mohit and welcome Dr. Kenal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Farah. Thank you very much for kind introduction. So
Mhm.
yeah, so
Well,
in this case, like, will we be seeing the students as well, like who have joined us?
yeah, they are joining us now. But
Okay.
let me just say a little bit introduction about your teams.
Oh, sure.
For the people they didn't get the chance to know STEMskills Lab.
Mhm.
They are a team of scientific experts. Their aim to provide the chances for the young and talented students and professionals who are eager to learn about bioinformatics. And the main goals of our meeting here tonight is to announcing the partnership between STEMskills Lab and our society. And thank you again for being with us. And I'm gonna leave now the mic for you, doctors, to tell us about your future courses offered by your team.
Okay, thank you, Farah, for the kind introduction, and we are really grateful, for this nice collaboration. And this would actually provide us indeed with a chance wherein we can, train the young youth and researchers from, the Middle East, especially like, okay, students and researchers from Jordan. Okay, and I know like your society, the association, Genetic and Bioinformatics Association, is well known as well, and you guys are really doing superb. And yeah, this is so nice to to be collaborating with you guys. Okay, so related to the STEM Skills Lab, I think you have already introduced, or maybe some of the viewers may already know us. uh, we are actually the team of experts, and we tackle with different courses related to different engineering disciplines. Okay, and especially I'll just talk, or I'll stress more on the bioinformatics and computational biology and chemistry, especially with you guys, because the association, like your association, like we have collaborated with you on these kind of topics. Okay, yeah, and I would say, like, besides that, like we also deal with different disciplines related to computer science, mechanical engineering, architecture, even aeronautics, electrical, electronics, and different kind of disciplines. Like our main aim is to train the youth and the students, so that they can acquire the skills that are much demanded in the today's world. Okay, we normally give the trainings especially related to the computational aspects of different fields. And if I'll just talk about the expertise that we have related to bioinformatics and computational biology. Okay, so we are indeed giving two type of modules. In one of the modules, like, we kind of train the students with the very basic courses, okay, related to basics in bioinformatics, let's say. Okay, I'll not talk in details. Like if some student really want to know more in detail, like we can just explicitly discuss it, uh,
Okay.
later on. But just to give a glimpse, like okay, we just deal with basics in bioinformatics course, the advanced bioinformatics course, like in which we touch upon genomics, proteomics, the era of machine learning in bioinformatics, the usage of artificial intelligence and deep learning. Okay, and then we also give the courses related to drug discovery, development, and commercialization as well. Okay, and then if we really go in deep, like okay, we also deal with the programming related to Python and Perl for biotechnology and bioinformatics. Okay, so these are
Okay.
some of the basic courses that we provide the training on to the students. Okay, and apart from that, like okay, one of our main objective is to promote the research as well to the students. Okay,
Mhm.
students no doubt can acquire these kind of skills on internet nowadays, on the social, even in on the social media, like people used to float a lot of links, web links. Even there are a lot of YouTube videos or a lot of courses like Udemy or Coursera, like that is providing the trainings.
Yeah.
However, like we also promote the research intensive trainings as well. Okay, in which the students from the masters or PhD, or some professors like who are from the experimental biology or experimental chemistry, and they want to push their limits, and they want to learn the computational aspects of the biology or the chemistry or bioinformatics. We give the trainings to them as well. Okay,
So
so
that,
in
sorry for interruption. That's mean in that's for undergraduate and postgraduate student included.
Yes, 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 of course, yes. The
Yeah.
undergrad and postgraduate, of course, if they are motivated, then of course they can join our courses and the
Yeah.
research intensive trainings as well. Because like if you just look at the world, across the globe, like the students are exposed with the research topics even in the high schools now. Okay, so the world is now much more competitive, right? So it is now a good chance that like a student can enroll in some of our courses, and they can really get a real feel about the research. Okay, so yeah, this could be an interesting thing. And then we are kind of running some pilot programs, training the youth, even the high school students as well, and giving them a short overview about some of the research topics, and wherein they just they get motivated, and if at all like they are eager, they associate with us for the longer time. And yeah, and definitely they can do wonders, and this is what we really want in the society. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, and of course, like we have some specific research oriented trainings related to different domains. Let's say protein modeling and simulation,
Mhm.
the analysis of sequence, the analysis
Yeah.
of structures. Okay, and if we talk about the more advanced topics that are much demanded in today's industrial perspective. Okay, so they are more related to the application of machine learning or deep learning in solving some of the complex biological problems related to sequences and structures. Okay, so as I have already told you, like we have the experts corresponding to all, not all the domains but most of the domains, and they are highly complementary. Okay, so in that, like if the student kind of associate with us, they can have multiple trainers giving the trainings. So I think the students can get kind of an extra advantage. Okay,
Yeah.
over a common instructor who is just specialized in one subject. Okay, so in our kind of courses, like student can interact with multiple instructors at the same time, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
it is much more I would say informative for them. Okay, so like under one umbrella, if you find many researchers working on different topics related to different fields, of course, like we can come up with a brilliant idea as well. You never know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, doctor. It was really interesting. You know, that's it's a new approaches for biotechnology, and it's it's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Indeed, yeah, yeah, sure. This is true because
Mm.
now we have to motivate students to
Yeah.
and we can't push them, but we can try to introduce the concepts to them. If they really want, then they can, of course,
Mm.
take advantage of these kind of trainings. And yeah, I mean, Yeah, this is what I would just say.
Yeah, doctor. So, Mr. Kanab, do you have anything else?
I think Dr. Mohit covered most of it, but if the students would have like specific questions, then we'd be happy to answer. If they are catered more towards my field or towards Dr. Mohit's field, we would be, you know, giving responses accordingly.
Okay. So, let's see if there is any questions from the audience. So, we had just comments. Okay. I guess there's no questions.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
the students will ask. We can wait for them, like if they really want to know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess they're gonna leave questions. We're gonna answer it after. So now I would love to thank you for this interesting and pretty informative view. And we are happy to cooperate with you.
Sure.
And there
Thank
is
you so much.
anything you want to put it,
Uh,
Dr. Mohit?
Yeah, yeah, I think like that's it. Like if students have question, like they can simply ask you, and you can redirect their questions
Yeah,
to us, and we'll be happy to answer them. And I think like they
inshallah.
already know that on 4th of July, like we'll be starting with the very
Yes,
basic module of bioinformatics. Okay,
yes,
and I think it is open to all. So, but we'll stress more that students from GBA association, like okay, will join that, and at least get a feel, a different kind of flavor to the mathematics. Okay, so yeah, we are looking forward to kind of
yeah.
assist the students and kind of learn from the students as well, about their opinions related to how they. I think
There is a
on the.
question, I guess. Uh, they asked if the trainer. Can you just tell us about the trainer who gonna give
Okay.
the 4th July
Okay. Okay.
basics
So
of
yeah, yeah,
bioinformatics?
yeah, yeah, sure. Okay, so like okay, as a trainer, like we'll be having Dr. Suresh Gorle, and
Yeah,
he is a scientist in Texas Medical School. Okay, so he will be the one like who will primarily be giving the training. Okay, however, as I have already explained you guys, we can have the multiple instructors coming in as well during the training, so that students can get to interact with the multiple instructors as well. It could be that I'll join the training as well. Okay, it could be that Dr. Kanav can join the training as well. But yeah, it totally depends on the motivation. We just want to see the students motivated. Yeah, so there'll be multiple instructors coming in for the different topics. Okay,
mhm.
so student can really be benefited from the different research, or I would say the core expertise from different instructors. Yeah.
Actually, I'm one of the student looking for the basics
Yes.
of bioinformatics.
The school, is there gonna an interaction between trainers and the student? Of course, yes, it will be a live interaction between a trainer and the student. You can shoot hundreds of questions to the trainer. Okay, and we are here to help you out. Okay, so of course there will be a live interaction, and it's just not that you just interact during the training session. Like we can give you our email IDs. Okay, and you can simply float the questions after the training as well. Okay, so definitely yes, during the training session and after the training session as well, you can have an interaction with the trainers. You can, I'll say, like all the team members from the STEMskills Lab. Okay, so yeah, for sure. So I think this is the question that I can see on the screen.
Yes, I guess there is no more questions for now.
Maybe students are slowly joining in. And
Yeah, I guess. Let me see. Um, Doctor, can you just tell us about the old doctors with the STEM Skills Lab? Just
Okay.
a small
Yeah. Okay.
background
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
about them.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So like we have Dr. Razak with us. Like like he did his PhD from Japan, and he was a research assistant professor in University of Kobe in Japan as well. Okay, and he is actually heading the department of drug design and modeling. Okay, so like okay, so in this case, like whichever courses that are related to the interactions between the proteins and drugs, the nucleic acid and drugs, like he's the one like who just takes care primarily for those kind of courses. Okay,
Mhm.
and yes, and then like we have the computational structural biologist. Dr. Suresh is also a computational structural biologist. He knows a lot about the interactions and the high state of the art techniques related to molecular dynamic simulations as well. Okay, so he tackles the problems related to protein DNA interactions, protein RNA interactions, and stuff like this. And then we have Dr. Prashant with us. Like he is actually a specialized person in the sequence analysis. Okay, related to the genome, the genomics, the DNA sequence which we get from the sequencing data. Okay, the RNA-seq data, the proteome data. So he's kind of expert in that. So he's the one like who takes care whenever we have projects related to sequences. And then we have Dr. Kanav. Like he is an expert in cheminformatics. Okay, he deals with mostly with the projects related to solving the biological problems that requires the intense computational demand, like okay, solving the problems using machine learning or deep learning. Okay, so yeah, so and then we have Dr. Utkarsh with us as well. Like okay, he did all his studies from Russia, and he's planning to move to Harvard. Okay, and he will be the one like who will be who is kind of dealing with the structural aspects of the biomolecules. Okay, so I think yeah, so this is
So there is another question actually about the certificate for the
yes.
course.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we
can you
do
just
have.
tell?
Yeah, we do provide the certificate. Yeah, after you kind of finish the course, it is just not that you register for that and we'll give you certificate. No. Okay, so it's like
Mhm.
you have to attend the course, to be
Yeah.
able to qualify for getting the certificate. Okay, so in this case, at least I would say like your attendance should be more than 80%. Okay, and then like we'll give you certain assignments. You just try to solve them as well. Okay, and if you qualify this criteria, then definitely yes, like you will be given the certificate. Okay,
Yeah.
and yeah, I
So
think
I'm gonna
it
ask
makes sense as well. Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna ask Dr. Kanal about your experience with the student in training. Can you just tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah,
Your
sure.
experience. Yeah.
So, we've been training for the course. We're doing Python for bioinformatics, Python for biomedical sciences, Python for cheminformatics, all of these courses. And we've had students from like, you could say like from every background that is possible. We have had people who are just, experts in chemistry. We've had people from biology. We've had computer scientists as students in the course who wanted to transition into this world of scientific discovery. And it's pretty interesting because when you get to see experiences from people from all of these sides, and when you combine it, it results in some interesting aspects of the way you look at things, and you see how to solve problems in a much better way. Like, it's just about, you get the insights, you create the mathematical framework for that, you apply it, see if it gives you any non-obvious conclusions. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. There are many more courses that we are trying to float related to AI, machine learning, deep learning, since it is the hot topic for the time being. So
Uh,
yeah, we'll be interested in seeing what students are interested in, and then we'll also see what kind of more courses we could create and float.
actually, there is another question. Thank you, Dr. Kanal.
Okay, so we I can see the question, what about the international student, how they can get benefits? Yeah, like, okay, all our trainings that we are currently giving, they are virtual. Like, you can simply join in with the Google Meet, okay, and this is how you can interact with us. And like, okay, let me tell you, because during our previous training sessions, I would say, most of the people, uh, okay, I should not say this, because I think the best way to articulate this statement would be, the students were from different parts of world. Okay, so there were students from Europe, there were students from South America, from North American continent, like, okay, we have students from USA, from Canada. Okay, so yes, any kind of student, any student like can participate. We float the course, they enroll in our course, and we have virtual meetings, okay, with the in the Google Meet or Zoom. Okay, and if you have problems, you can share your screen, okay, and the instructor is there live, and then they can access your screen, they can try to help you out, where if you have some problem related to some software, or if you have issues in understanding some of the information related to some database or whatever. Yeah, I mean, they can get benefit, definitely. And this is our goal of collaborating with the Genetic and Bioinformatics Association, right? So we are
Yes.
not here, like Kanav is in Canada, okay, our second instructor is in US, another instructor is in Japan, okay. So we
Yes.
cannot come to Jordan to teach you guys, right? So it's the
Yeah,
best media,
exactly.
like during this COVID time, it has opened up a new world, a new chapter, and this is very fascinating, I
Yeah.
would say. So you can sit anywhere and can interact with any instructor from any part of the globe, okay, who is an expert and willing to teach you. So yeah, I think like this is what Malak is asking about, right?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
what she was asking about.
Okay, then we have
Um,
something like this as well.
there is another question. Back to the certificate. Is there an exam in order to get the certificate?
uh okay, totally depends. Like the last course that Dr. Kanav has given was related to Python in bioinformatics. In that, we designed a quiz. Uh, like, okay, don't care about certificates. Okay, the point is that you have to learn from us. Okay, so you have to
Yeah.
learn from the instructors. That will matter the most, right? So if you
Yeah.
have some technical skill, then definitely certificates are just the secondary things. Okay, so we want to push you to learn the things, right? So definitely, it is a part of the module. Like, we can have the quizzes at the end, or partly it could be that you have to solve some of the assignments that will be given during the training sessions. Okay, so I'm not saying like you have to kind of finish off all the assignments with 100% marks. No, try to interact with the instructor. If we really see you that you are at least trying, okay, and coming up with the solutions, okay, if we really see you trying the things, then definitely you are you qualify to get a certificate from us. Yes.
Yeah, it's about of skills.
Yeah,
You can get
of course,
skills,
of course.
so you can get everything. Of course, doctor. I guess we finished up with the questions now, and thank you so much, doctors.
Okay, you are
I'm really
welcome.
happy.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome, Dr. May. You're welcome, Dr. Kanab.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
okay. I hope you're having a nice weekend, and good night.
Yeah, sure. Good night. Bye
Good night.
bye.
Good night.